How do you build resilience through nurturing self-awareness? Hi, I'm Coach Anika, and welcome to another episode of Rewrite Your Story. This is part one of the three-part series on how to build resilience through coaching yourself, in which I'll be sharing insights on how to nurture self-awareness. Check-in number one out of the three-part check-ins, which should be a part of every entrepreneur's self-coaching toolbox. Nurturing self-awareness enables us to adapt to difficult or challenging situations through the strengthening of our mental flexibility. Now, if you missed the intro to building self-awareness, do check out episode number 41. Why is mental flexibility needed? See, unlike working for organizations that provide us with a map aligned with the overall direction to follow, the what and the how, as entrepreneurs, we are the architects of the paths that we take for our business, aligned with our own vision. And where does this vision take shape? In our mind. Our mind sits in the container of our body, which responds and reacts under the governance of our thoughts and beliefs around our purpose, our soul, or our spirit. For our minds to function with clarity of thinking, it needs the support of our strong body and our strong spirit. Challenges are inevitable for entrepreneurs. Some will be known, some will be unknown. Nurturing self-awareness, keeping our body, mind, and spirit or soul in sync will enable us to build mental toughness so that we can have empowered thinking, a positive mindset, and an abundant outlook instead of being intimidated and conquered by fear and overwhelm. Why is self-awareness needed? Well, our present gets shaped by our past. Our mind works by sacred choices. These choices are created through a pattern of habits. See, it's the job of our mind to help us do things quickly, efficiently, without having to think too much about it. We do things and respond to situations many a times without even thinking, like an autopilot. This is because our mind is trained to act and react in a particular way, following some sort of a pattern that we've always followed in our past. These are patterns that get shaped because of our belief systems, our value systems. Things like, I prefer to take road A instead of road B. There may be no particular reason, it's just a sense of comfort. I prefer to send an email instead of picking up the phone. Or I prefer 3 locks on my door instead of 1. Now, no choice is absolutely right or wrong, but over the years, what happens is some of these beliefs or patterns, the beliefs that have shaped the patterns, may have actually changed as we change as people over the years. What we don't realize is that some of these patterns may not be serving us today. They might actually be holding us back. They might be limiting us. Now, if they're limiting us today, they're definitely going to limit us tomorrow, unless we change them. That's why it is important to bring self-awareness to understand why and how we make these choices for ourselves today, so that we can identify those that are serving us and those that are limiting us. Let's talk about the benefits of self-awareness for a minute. As entrepreneurs, we're wholly responsible for the decisions that we make for our business. We can't blame it or outsource the cause of a poor decision to someone else. There is no one else. Knowing why we do and think the way we do enhances our self-confidence and brings clarity to our communication. So we're not moving forward in doubt or just in an ad hoc manner, but we take every step with certainty and conviction. It's not I'm doing this because it's what I've always done. It's I'm doing this because blank. There's a clear reason behind it. There's a clear reason for you to make that choice behind the reason why you're doing it. Self-awareness also helps define your purpose or find your true calling. When you connect with yourself deeply, you will discover your why. Now, if you haven't found your true calling yet, this is highly critical. It's critical to the success of an entrepreneur. A business vision with a misaligned purpose has less chance of success than one with an aligned purpose. Now, if you have already found your true calling, then self-awareness helps strengthen it. Self-awareness helps it stay in a constant flow of evolution. Your why keeps getting stronger and keeps growing. When you have self-awareness, your mind will shift from this autopilot mode to a more awake mode, thereby giving you the opportunity to not just react, but pause, assess the information at hand with an open mind, apply your belief systems, your value systems in a more cognizant way, thereby improving your decision making. So instead of instant reaction, which is like a game of roulette, you'll have a more aware and cognizant decision-making process. Self-awareness also has a positive impact on the personal side of our world. When we're aware of our beliefs and our values, and we stand up with them, for them with conviction, we're able to set healthier boundaries for ourselves. Boundaries around our availability, our commitments, our needs. This helps manage the expectations for others better, thereby improving our relationships. You won't find yourself conflicted in a situation where you have to address an invitation, but it might be challenging your boundaries of time, availability, and commitment for your work. When your value systems are clear, surpassing those conflicts, addressing your value systems and belief systems, which are now governing your schedule, your availability, and your commitments, becomes a lot better. You have clarity of it. Imagine the compounded effect of the clarity of thought, the boosted self-confidence, the better decision-making, and the healthier relationships in your world with the practice of self-awareness. Peace of mind. Who doesn't want that? That's why self-awareness is so important for the success of an entrepreneur. Here are 5 practices that can help you keep your body, mind, and spirit in sync to nurture self-awareness. Practice number 1, meditate. The digital world we live in bombards us with calls, texts, and information from the time that we wake up to the time that we go to bed. It creates all this noise in our world. Our true thinking gets lost in this noise, and we have to give it some room to breathe. Meditation helps us pause and just be. It opens up the doors in our thinking that gets overshadowed usually by the noise of the everyday life. Hence, meditate. Practice number 2, exercise. Not only has it been phrased for time, but it has also been proven scientifically that in order to have a healthy body, you need to have a healthy mind. and vice versa. How many of the most successful people that you see or read about look physically unhealthy? None that I know of. Find a physical routine for yourself, something that you enjoy and you can stay consistent with, to give your body intended movement, better circulation, and better longevity. So, exercise. Practice number 3, journaling. We spend so much time thinking about how to treat the people in our world based on how they think and feel, but we don't do that enough for ourselves. Daily journaling helps us connect with ourselves and analyze our strengths and limitations. How are we going to improve if we don't know where the improvement is required? It also helps us vent out negative emotions and celebrate the positive ones. Again, something we forget to do. Emotions, when not dealt with, sit in our subconscious and they spring up unexpectedly, usually at the wrong place and the wrong time. You want to avoid that. Journaling will help you with that. Practice number 4, make time for yourself. Create regular blocks of time for activities just with yourself. A hobby, a passion, a creative skill perhaps, something that fills your heart with joy, something that is not for anyone else, but just for you. As we grow older, we stop doing the things that are fun for us, inspiring for us, feel good for us. So make that time, bring that inner child out, and do the things that are just for you. Make time for yourself. And lastly, practice number 5, get regular feedback. Self-awareness empowers us to take critique in a positive light. However, we are not our best critics. So ask the people closest to your circle, not just family, but friends, peers, colleagues. Ask them, how can you improve yourself for the better? Ask them, what kind of value do you bring to their life? We're all evolving works of art. We won't evolve if we don't know which part to improve on. So a recap on the 5 practices to nurture self-awareness through the sync of your body, mind, and spirit. Practice number 1, meditate. Practice number 2, exercise regularly. Practice number 3, journal daily if you can. Practice number 4, make time for yourself. And practice number 5, get regular feedback. I hope you found this interesting. Do share with me what are your practices to nurture self-awareness and build resilience for yourself. Check us out on the next episode where we take a deep dive into check-in number 2 for building self-resilience, which is practicing emotional grit so that you can strengthen your emotional flexibility. I'll see you on our next episode. Until then, take care and stay awesome.